police threat. But you don't show them, say, now you get this game, oh. They be tell you, say, you not go ever travel. But you don't take we up to higher level. But they be tell we, say, we the bastard picking them. Hey God, we left we can screw you, cause now you know them, oh, cool them, oh. But they be tell we, say, we the boo this year. But we dey tell them, say, Papa, ya must better. Cause we born naya, and we men naya. We go vote naya, Papa, ya must better. Cause we born naya, and we men naya. We go vote naya, Papa, ya must better. And like them cause we mad, we go vote for we mother. And like them swear we self, we go vote for we mother.
Good day, Salon people. Mina Mohamed Taiwo Tawali, CEO of Voice of Salon Net. In 2020, so now all this will happen June 24th. Today, finally, get the results. We get mixed emotion. People, some people accept the results, some not accept them. So today, we try for come in and talk about the election and President Bio we then see that they re-elect them. I get with me two guests that will help me follow the pilot this show tonight. I get me brother Wina TJ Combi and also Auntie Kadi Johnson Cole from London. I go ask TJ for making you introduce himself and then get to Auntie Kadi as well.
Family, good evening. I'm John Combi. I'm glad for being on this show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What's the Auntie Kadi?
Yeah, good evening, Bina Kadi Johnson Cole. Almost they become a regular face now on a VOS. I hope say wanna go contribute greatly to the
All right. Thank you very much, guys. You can see yeah, like we just say, this morning, well, this afternoon we on time, and also this morning salon time when I started them sworn in the president. About this election.
But you don't show them, say, now you get this game, oh. They be tell you, say, you not go ever travel. But you don't take we up to higher level. But they be tell we, say, we the bastard picking them. Hey God, we left we can screw you, cause now you know them, oh, cool them, oh. But they be tell we, say, we the boo this year. But we dey tell them, say, Papa, ya must better. Cause we born naya, and we men naya. We go vote naya, Papa, ya must better. Cause we born naya, and we men naya. We go vote naya, Papa, ya must better. And like them cause we mad, we go vote for we mother. And like them swear we self, we go vote for we mother.
All right. Now, good evening. We Fambulen. Of course, una all know say the result don't come out today. And this show ya, now for let we hear from una self, what you think about the results and what you think say the next 5 years go be, or what you think say go happen then days there, or how will they go before as a country. We know say the results get mixed feelings. Some man then gladdy, some man they not gladdy. So today na a listening program. One year you from una, we say go they put with 2 cents then they as the program they go. Auntie Kadi, I go one let you say Rob Mott. Let we know, let we hear you from you.
Yeah, thank you. Today na big day, you call it na a happy day for some people there, na upsetting day for some other people there. So how we go work together? Too many questions they crop na people their mind. They don't swear President BO today. How he go able manage this country without problems? He will able bring everybody together, or it will come as that hard President BO will say, that is, you understand? They challenge me, they push me through this and that, so I'm not going to let them get away with it. Or it will say, I don't win, make I just move on. You get me? So these are the sort of things where we get for talk about, because obviously we cannot deny the fact, say people know this gone to. People that is going to, especially the way the results were announced, you understand? Then this going to, and the way how they go sweat quickly before they make up. And not two ways, you understand? Things happen. Let we not pretend that things not happen. Things happen. Waiting the other party said they see, if not be the other side and said they experience that, then they will react in a way. You see? So these are the sort of things where we want let the public, members of the public who wanna listen this, wanna come out, let me know waiting una self thing. Una talk to the politicians thing, then they na they all the listen. Not talk no more than not they talk. Then they una talk, not to we una they talk to. It may seem as if na we una they talk to, but not to we, because they all they watch this program, Mother BO, Fatima BO, the opposition them, they all they watch this program here, so una talk. When I talk to them, let them know how I feel. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Auntie Kadi. And like how you say, different schools of thought and when it comes to the election results we come out today. But one thing they remind Fambul then, and where this station here stand for, that for all the Salon people then coexist peacefully. Yes, they don't call the result today. Some man they don't win, some man they don't. CEO, you ready, sir? Yeah. Until we all know, VOS they always stand for the truth. And even as then they pursue them truth and then they always want let Salon people then be together. Because now one great country we get. If Salon poor, everybody go suffer. Everybody not go be glad about that. So today, at some point, we therefore open the lines then. Now hear you from Mona. We want to let people then able for make them submissions then in a respectful way. Yeah, we understand say a lot of people then really, really angry, but do ya on a lot of talk as brother and sisters then. You know? Do ya or the big. Are the pass on to Auntie Kadi, let insert Rob Motpan a little bit.
Yeah, make I just add to it. Thank you. Yeah, as you say, do ya, let we find a solution to this problem. Let we find a solution. Let we come as one. Let we come as one family. You see, no palaver, no they were knocking down. You see, so it better the sooner we start for bring the country back together, the better it will be for all. Yes, I say that, but it's not easy for the one that we really they hurt. You see, if they hurt, it's not easy for them and just forget about that. You see, so we take it from there. Una will help we. Una can help we because we will
Right.
listen to Una. That will help we say for add to within Una they say. You see, because we don't have it all here. Now within Una they bring council we, then we self can able for put your 2 and 2 for Panam. Then the politicians themselves they will take and they go no say this not of VOS so this not the country and I speak because not so yama more people they watch with Alina and they watch all over the world and they watch. So now that's I can say for now.
Yeah. Thank you very much,
All right,
Atikadi.
guys.
You ready, CEO?
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, for whatever reason, the system just shut down on me as soon as the show start. But I don't care for switch over and see if I will ever get them better. I think see I go for the better. Again, I apologize for the way we start. And also, as we all know, say right now, things them like what we try for at the beginning of the show. Plenty of people are not happy right now, plenty happy right now because everyone we wish the best for a young party and even within we self now we with the talks of people them actually don't feel say then go one come on the air right now and be part of this one because of emotions and stuff because they expect better for the country and so the people talks with this now they better call the country don't get way matter they go in second term. So man go tell you say no in your own opinion different from that. But at the end of the day, like oh now I always say myself one for my own voice and say tonight we can't talk about Salon, we can't talk about the system because 95% of what we talk now POS again for do with the system. So if waiting happen today, you feel say you know go your way, you get for no say it start with the system we build in the country. And this makes some of we sit on a day in and day out to talk about the system, say it's not about political parties because most of we not care about the political parties in power. We know say anyone will come and they use the system in advantage. So if we vex today, make we vex at the system where they in place. If you're happy today, no say the system get for catch itself one day. So this is why we sit on that to say, no, we can't talk and get about waiting happen. Now we analyze the results them and waiting and how the system go. At the end of the day, they don't the system and the person who we guarantee with the power and say now in the only person way if we're able tell we say the president whichever president be don't win the election come out and tell we say president be and win this past election. We might agree or might not agree. This is where we come now and talk about and see what can happen. So again I tell now thank you by the end of the day like when I say myself and my own voices say now one salon we get. Emotions are very, very high right now, and it's understandable. We all know say people then put their heart into this, and people then life tied to what's happen during this election. And going forward, people then life then going to be tied to them. But at the end of the day, we look and say, Salon bigger than everything else, no matter what. Salon bigger than everybody else. So again, before I take the next step, I want to thank me panelists for able anchor this one till I come back because obviously I will the technical team will get me to go from I will come back and as we talk I will try for work on my video and the pictures and for people better as we go on. But again let's start with John or as they call him JT. So JT, now we look at this because as an independent minded people most of we know also we not get too much stake into this political issue we go on. But what are you on take about this election and all the way to this process we don't come to we didn't call it presidency day. What are you take generally about what happens? So?
Well, salon politics really difficult, especially where they live in this part of the world, in the West. Because most time people then can analyze Sierra politics based on the side and where they live. Maybe they live in America, Canada, or UK. So salon politics really different. You get for pull America or Canada or UK or the West na your head and try for understand salon politics based on the things that waiting at the ground. Okay. So this electionary process don't begin long ago. From where the president nominates the electoral commissioner, parliament approve a begin work, he do registration, he make the I mean, it make all everything in the registration, it make the pulling everything, the card, the voter card. So the process begin long term. And how each political party participates, especially in the registration, will determine which thing will get for be the margin or which kind of victory then will get. Now down the line, everybody expect under normal circumstances. Say, okay, if party A in members then register a lot, they might win. If party B in member they not register better, they might not win. After that now, there's gonna be of course a fight between the government in power and the opposition. And normally opposition always they try for kind of power, and government in power they try for stay. And waiting then they use for try for stay now based on the achievement, waiting they don't do, and the opposition self then go to use them past experience, waiting them don't do with them within the power for see whether them be better than this government way they. Some man can say yesterday better past today or today better past yesterday. So as the voters then job now for let them look at both parties and at the end of the day pick which one better. Okay, now all them process then they don't pass. We don't come, the election don't happen, and today Ecsl don't declare President Bill as the next president for in second term. Me own statement today what I make was congratulations to President Bill. Of course, there is so much things we something and they were not go like about the election, plenty things they were not go like about the election. But as an individual, that not important. Now waiting INEC say now, Ecsl say now we go with. And so waiting I be say was I congratulate President Bill, and I think say if I use this time for unify we as a country, for sure we divided. And as a president, you know, we will rule a divided nation. So in first job, we very, very big. With some people they even ask if he go able. Now for let unite that country there. Then the second job in government where they form, let him make inclusive. Maybe if we making government inclusive, then they go help for bridge that divide there. Then they go make the other people there on the other side feel say they are part of the governance. And that's so it for be actually, because that country they too small. You know, everybody start being company. Everybody start being company. So President Bill for make sure say he get an inclusive government. Then secondly, if for make sure say he deliver. Because even if you get inclusive government, if the ordinary person they are not they feel say government different, then it cause disgruntled too. And Salon, we don't go through so much. We don't get war. And then war and they just kind of more. It begins somewhere, It begins somewhere. People them they disgruntled. We people there with them they lead. We government there with them they lead, and nobody pay attention to them. And they take a couch problem. So now that this president don't be sworn today, waiting will appeal to her and for let bring the people together and make sure say he rule for everybody. I go stop here for now, and as the talk go, the question the way the chairman will post to me, I will respond to her.
Thank you very much, JT. Again, I think I come to you quick because JT talk about some things same way, talk about ruling and going forward and stuff, but I know say conventional wisdom will tell you say the opposition not say nothing right now. You think say the opposition will accept this result, and if you not accept the result, what if it's going to be the next step for the opposition going forward? Because we know say it's not going to be one and done today. There's more coming way. Plenty of people they in this area right now they don't understand. Like then they don't believe. The commission was done the last show me can make me feel so they're going to run off. So and when they watch results and they feel say the run off me imminent. Until even the 60% come and look at the 60% and say no, there's the still possibility to say they're going to run off for the second round. And this morning it was a shocker for some of we see this result here come. And I believe say way I go on social media today, most of the supporters for the opposition and the APC, but couldn't go to say much at all because like they get a serious shock So I ask you, what do you feel say go happen? They go on right now, and what you go anticipate will happen next?
Thank you. Yeah, I will be too brave for can say anything about whether the opposition go go agree to this or not. Yes, but anyhow, based on waiting with the scene of social media, opposition they don't make a clear say they're not going to accept the result. You see, so in the process of when they say they're not going to accept result, they go quick, and go swear mother, they read the result and go they swear mother. It's so just make people they vex and upset all the more. You get me? Because when you look at it, really, problems there. Not two ways about it. Problems there with with the elections. The figures, the way the figures were computed and within the observers they get, within the market. You see, so there's a problem. You see, so it's like then treat the people then with disrespect in the sense that the people then, I mean the voters then, win and then get a country, win and then go vote. You see, I think they treat them not all because obviously they not treat the SLPP and supporters them with disrespect because they all get post cover anyway, so they are not disrespected in any way. You see, but like the other grassroots people, them we don't understand. I think they feel very bitter and angry. You see, and things because even so we say we were confused with some of these figures. You know, they give me the figures, they sound like we don't go school. So tell you they look at it, you begin to wonder, but how this man arrived, how we get to that figure there so. So and so you know they give so and so you see. But you see, so far from within we see the social media, the opposition they're not go good because they're not expressing concern over the whole thing. But then again, you always expect that in any election. Because always the one way they pronounce a win, the one way not win, will always want to make a case. But with that case hold water, necessarily because we're not talking about places like Uganda and Kenya where courts can overrule it. They don't care even if one don't swear the prime minister or president or not, court can still overrule. You see. But I don't think we have that not alone. For let we judiciary they say, well, okay, they not swear, but we bring this outcome. If you know right, then they can overrule them. You see, I don't think that thing as alone, and I don't see that happening. You see, but then again, we don't know. You see, because the pressures from the opposition, although they may not give them pressures all this time anyway, but I think they are determined. The opposition, they're very, very determined. You see, for for refuse, for reject, for reject this thing also because they feel they're robbed of of well not all then they rob the poor people, the grassroots people them of then democratic right. They rob them from democracy anyway, you see, because it's like then do things because then they're not the hem of power. So they just decide and do anything they want to do, you see, without nobody knows. Yeah, nobody knows, you see, so and nothing to say that that's me think, but I could be wrong. But because we don't see less of them, we let Anadumbuya do all right, and that Samura Kamara say they don't express concern about it, say they not go accept them. So we are watching quietly and see with how things they unravel, how they unfold. Because I think these lessons came at a time where they're not pronounced and the winning candidate yet, you see. So we don't know now where they don't pronounce and they say it don't win. So we don't know now waiting at the next move now. So everybody sit on now the wait for see waiting and go see. But I just a worried number say, let this thing not reach to some kind who's casting the country. You get me? Because the one way really in all honesty too much problem not be there with 2018 elections. even there, but not as much as what we see now. You get me? And if that little bit with the 2018, it extended 5 years, don't pass through. You get me? Eh? So we don't know what will happen now with this one where they actually believe say this is open, especially where the observers then waiting and get slightly different. You see, so I don't know. I don't know what will happen. We are all worried. We are concerned. We get families in us alone. We're concerned. We don't know what to get for worried. You see, what our first come for on tomorrow? You get me? You see, so these are the things what they're worried about. You see, and I haven't spoken to anyone yet from where this election result come out. To be honest, I don't talk to nobody yet. So I just they watch no more. They see. I talk to family member anyway. You know, they could go discuss something at also, but that's just about it. But say like outsider, no. So I don't know. But as they go along,
Yeah, because we
we go
said
to talk.
Sky, yeah, we said Sky for contact a couple of people that for coming tonight. But the mood and then tell you flat right say they're not in the mood for come discuss this right now because one for engage and what's in the gun and they're confused right now as well. So on both sides, we talk to SFP people and also APC, SFP the independent right now. But then SFP, to be frank, but come on know what the next step going forward because they self they keep ace for listening to what's in the go on. So even though the jubilate right now, but then say will be cautious about the next move. So that make right now most of them both sides they will try for geek corner yard. But like to JT quick, one thing where I see where anti candidate talk say and nobody know what's go on, and which it makes sense. But somebody else where now one of the top people after Peter Conte where I mean be the Indian APC chairman just recently before them gets the convention and everything, just congratulate President Bio on a win. So waiting that you won't take, you feel say somebody like Alfred Peter Conte or other APC them they wish they may know something for happens so they make them not even worried or have to move on, or now just a quick on the keys. What thing that you don't take about somebody like Alfred Peter Conte because now he was one of the top guys in APC just recently, and this did not happen. And also he joined the other APC them. He don't go ahead and say congratulate president. So let's move on. What you don't take about it? What do you feel say it was messaging the same?
All right, so the first thing I go say, anti-Kadi go be they say waiting go be the next step. We don't know exactly waiting go be the next step, but the constitution give about 7 days to them parties and they or anybody, any salon person, whether they APC or SFP, go able contest that result day at the Supreme Court. The question will be whether the Supreme Court will able even hear that appeal or whether they will even rule on that. Until we know with justice system. So we're not able to answer that pattern. But the constitution make that provision there for like, any salon policy. Not need for be APC or SLPP able object that in it. The last election, even Dr. Blyden do some objection there. I don't know if in case they had or they make any ruling on that. They make ruling on some, but we don't know how this go happen. By tomorrow or next tomorrow, we will hear people that we don't make appeal to the Supreme Court also. In terms of Mr. Conte, Peter Conte, in terms of your congratulatory message to President Bill, of course, that will be a music na SLPP in here. And on APC side, nothing we don't know say if it happen because he was already disgruntled. He was already disgruntled. And if APC not even do well in this election or if they lost this election, it go be one person we then go blame because even going into the election, he was already hitting them. Even when the election non come out today, he sent congratulating message to the president. So then it will be a music now the president in here, but APC not go be happy about that. But not to think it's surprising to them because they already see him as a disgruntled person.
So Atika, what you want to take about Alfred Peter Conte in your move?
Well, Alfred Peter Conte in move not surprise me. He only do a decent thing with any decent people then can do. But in this situation, the way how all these things happen, it's not easy for let people then just go no more. Say go issue such a statement. You see, because people they vex, people they angry, and everybody see what happen. So it's not like people are making it up in stories. You see, So Alfred Peter Conte not surprise me. Is it because just like where you say, if you don't get challenges then at the party. And in Alfred Peter Conte would have rather take the party go into the elections. And if that was not forthcoming, then he would rather see the party in this state where it is. Yeah, you not say that, you not tell me that, but you don't need to put things into to put everything into words, you understand? Sometimes your actions can tell. You get me? It's like yes. It's like when people like say they miss some, you see, and get them, I get them where you see. You know that kind of thing, this one, you see. But then again, what people not understand, you see, things happen. And it is not like Alfred Peter Conte got everything correct within it. You see, no, it's not everything he get right. You see, something that they get right, or something that they will not get right. But unless people they in and know the nitty gritty, people just see it, and then you know when people hype things, when newspapers want to hype, they hype what they want to hear, they hype what they are interested in. What they're interested in, and they talk about. Not waiting interest the people anymore. You get me? They can not say you not interest the people themselves, the voters. But so long as waiting the right, they help them to achieve their goal. That is what they concentrate on. You get me? So in all honesty, I'm not surprised Peter Conte make that statement. And I may not have had other statements, but who knows? He may have even made more statements in private. But then that is not for me to start speculating. You get me?
And then just quick, as somebody where it gets a legal background. Now we only anticipate the APC probably going to take this to court to the car way, and JT just tell we see then get 7 days for appeal na Supreme Court. And we all know how the system works in Sierra Leone. In most cases, like other countries, they will not say sometimes even when they sworn you in, that's a possibility they can reverse them. In Sierra Leone, most people right now don't say able to talk because they know see that the possibility and the tendency for making that reverse is very, very slim due to the kind of court we get. You as a legal person, and this we don't talk about even the social media review with Mr. Shillon and also Mr. Mengo, then don't work much so many times on the court system in Sierra Leone. And we all know say anytime we would in a power. Now you the judge and the dance too. Waiting that you don't take where you feel say if they go to court, because which we all anticipate say the court probably go for throw the case out or say they don't see nothing wrong, then they go with waiting the electoral commissioner say the president get the votes and they move on. Waiting you will feel say will happen next after that point. As a legal
should
person.
that happen, it not will surprise me. Because the court then would deal with. You see, one thing about the court, this is why some of we always say we get for work on the independence of this judiciary. We una always say I always support that. You see, we get for work and we don't want politicians to be involved with the courts, with judges then, with lawyers then, with court officials then. We don't want politicians then for involved with them. It's a time, but let me get a separate body. We're in the deal with the police. Now they deal with the courts and all those things. Like a separate body, not get nothing to do with ministers and independent minds and all that. Because can you imagine if the president don't appoint the chief justice and chief justice self guess whether them they appoint everybody want to go up, or the one that we don't go up now, therefore they dance to interview tune and all that, you see. Sometimes they are likely to listen to the president. The president, I'm using the president, not Madabia in particular, you understand? I mean the president, because we don't know the president in other situation, the Yanis in terms of some other in case and all that, you see. So at least, you see, I'm not picking on President Leo. You see, but they can appeal. But how can we be so sure, say, they will get fair trial? Now, when I say trial, in fact, not just interpretation. You get me? But the good thing about interpretation is now black and white. Now we see either na so the constitution say not so it say, or the drafters of the legislation that's the mean or not so that they mean. You get me, eh? You see, but we don't see plenty time where politics they go inside. Then you can see judges themselves and they make decisions the way they say, oh my Jesus, how could they make such a decision? Like the time of Samsumana in case. You see, they make some decision and that way you say, wait him. You see, and I think to say so many judges they learn from that Samsumana in case. Because that Samsumana in case they expose some of we lawyers then with some things that we then do. You see, so we look at it how we say, but when you look at it again, I don't know the composition of the judges they are now. Because if the composition of the judges they weigh heavily on one side, you get me, and we look now how everybody don't take sides for this election. I don't know. I guess I have my doubts whether they go able change that decision day. You see, but you never know because the court now one thing nobody know they predict the court. Anybody who can't it say they predict the court, tell us they make it go land back because the judges say now like biscuits they don't know side they broke. You see, they can come and do anything. You see, so you can't. Lawyers have tell you say this your case you the winner. Now reason for tell you say change them. Any good lawyer know say you win your case. No, you know ever tell you say you win your case. He will try, but if you see tell you say you win your case, it means that you know wait again, just change and say it with another lawyer. You see, because you're only there to put your case across, not to make decision. You put your case across, and you argue case, it's up to the judge and the juror for making a decision. But not to you. You not get power there. You just they go no more, you put your case. Sometimes you case they put say the judge step can tell you off. Depending on which things, we can tell you off step if you and get power in court. The judge is saying, you say I mean, eh? So we don't know, they get power there. I don't know. You see?
So before, I will ask the technical team for put Dr. Samura Kamara in statements where he get this evening when they put on the screen. Why are they go to GT quick? So it said my compatriots, we have heard the unfortunate announcement of the election result for the June 24 presidential election by the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Mr. Kane. It is a sad day for our beloved country. It's a frontal attack on our fragile democracy. These results are not credible and I categorically reject the outcome of the announcement by the Electoral Commissioner. So basically, it don't talk say, they accept the results, but it not tell you the next step what you get for take. But we only assume and anticipating our court will be the next step. But before we go to that, we all know this is where we some of you don't see this platform here. They talk over and over and over when it comes to Parliament, because we all go talk about the judges all we want. What judges and they use for work with Parliament get for the government give them for make them a law saying that this not work with. Then get for make things and work. And APC been get a good number in Parliament as well. And some of them things here they talk about too now we don't see they come no wanted. So what thing you don't think about the APC parliamentarians then, where they mean they vote in most cases along the SAPP in some of these cases, even to Kane and so many election things that when it come up before. People when they get concerned, APC may still they continue for votes on their line and day. And sometimes they even tell a supporter and say no participate, so they know say at the end of the day, the ruling party, or we know as Sierra Leone, always gets the backing of everybody else. So if you not go there, you get for loss. Now one man cap all. So what thing you don't think about the parliament, most especially APC parliamentarian involvement in waiting how they cost the work today in them not fixing some of these laws ahead of them elections here.
Me
The
or
problem we get
TJ?
is
You say,
Is it TJ or me?
you know.
you hear me
Is it
now?
TJ?
Yeah, what are you?
Now me the question there for right?
Yeah, go ahead,
Is it the
You know,
question for TJ or for me?
no, for TJ.
Okay.
I mean, JT,
So
sorry. Look, I call TJ. JT,
so
sorry.
Sorry, JP.
with Salon now, we problem is so big, right? What make the problem more big is the presidency gets so much power. It gets so much power. So because of the presidency in power, it's so much that it becomes difficult for the parliament or even the judiciary for exist the way we them for exist. Even though the constitution make them equal branches of government. And waiting happened at the last parliament, it make it difficult for the opposition. When I remember some them get for kick them out of parliament. And after the election, they were actually in the majority. But when they kick some of them out of parliament, then literally fall in the minority. So it become very difficult for them. The only side where I go see I will be vexed by the opposition was then be the vex where SLPP be they do them thing to them. But when it becomes to certain issues then, well, like when are issues that we relate to their own well-being, they are voting with them. I think say no more then since then we don't begin protest in terms of the beginning how they treat them, therefore be always continue for protest, even when it comes to issues that we deal with them. But they not do that they. Now so then pass a lot of bills then, and so then do amendments then, and so then do anti-corruption act amendment, and so then do election law amendment. Now so then do all of them things in there. A lot of the things in the way them we pass in parliament, APC as an opposition not be really agree to, but they just do not have that power, you know. They just do not have that power. So it's difficult for them. And I will blame them too much. And some man go say, oh, well, they'll not be protest, they'll not be do that. But we see some of them protest and then kick them out of parliament. You see where they arrest them, then do a lot of stuff then to them. Some man, they even say,
But you feel say that you feel say the form of protest with the APC may they do for walk away or boycott. We don't see them try and with the people and where they mean take out of parliament, where they may say before the election they may take money, where they end up putting people. Even if you see the boycott me the work in terms of the own protest or they may supposed to implement something.
Well, some parts of the protest be the work. Remember, there was a time where ECOWAS began for coming and do negotiation with it, right? After that, I don't know what happened again. Then stop for do them protesting, you know. So, but they were really powerless. There was not much they can do. Then we don't exhaust everything in their toolbox, you know. And I think back then we get leadership before on APC side also in the parliament. Then they affect them too. And they affect them. And SLPP outsmart them in a lot of ways in the parliament.
So I think I don't think you want to take about the same question.
Think the MP in the parliament.
Yeah, the APC MPs.
A lot. APC MPs in the parliament then contribute a lot to waiting they happen. They contribute a lot, you see, because okay, they can come and tell we say, oh, we need a certain number of majority or a number for cast the votes for vote and this and that to get me. But I'm telling you, plenty of them sell game. Some people don't like the word sell game, but it's sell game because when you say sell game, we not see them within the sell the game. But the actions then, you don't have to see these games being played or being paid for, you see. But now the actions, you see, because there is no way the SLPP for me to do anything at parliament without the opposition not support them. I not believe that. Opposition must support them. You see, because something in there, when they come on and when thinking don't come, they're not even tell the people, they inform the people there. Now, different things they tell the people they say. And then when, after a while, when the thing exposed now, because it's just like people begin to say, it's just like I saw something where na internet where one honorable with them they discuss some very, very important topic. You see, where the MP can tell people they say a constitution, they don't pass the constitution or something. And then in the end, when it comes out, when does it come out? Not different thing, beyond they don't go support and everything. You see, it's just like when we really talk about waiting happen, where Veronica say go expose certain things na ECOWAS parliament. You get me? Me that one person way, myself being loud. on that issue. You see, yes, Shaikoko, when are the leader of the APC. Now, possibly, me and to use good, we go crack jokes. Now, possibly, Alec, and he is very respectful. You understand? But I was disappointed how Shaikoko because then they discussed something important at Parliament. You left Parliament to go to ECOWAS. And then they discussed another issue. You left ECOWAS to go back to Freetown. So people don't know. Then people that we know to parliamentarians and now we know to Sierra Leoneans within ECOWAS now. Then take up the matter now because then see say the matter some injustice, somebody things were not done properly, some irregularities every day. So they take up the matter. Cherry Coco and was this Spain or somebody? They left. You see, if Veronica Cisse, Veronica Cisse, I can't remember. Is this Cisse? Veronica, she was the one-time speaker, vice speaker, deputy speaker of parliament. Veronica na SLPP. So Veronica Cisse na in come up. Now make we all know. When you talk about the ECOWAS parliament say, all this one at the top was not called the majority leader. He said because everything we would do, he was part of it. That was when we all open remote waiting, the whole of Sierra Leone, all man shocked. Because Veronica said and call him, where now? Because they discuss now, it don't come out, it don't go, because they knew they were going to discuss this. So Veronica talk and say, we not do nothing without him. Everything we do, he was part of it. Every decision we make, anytime, all the decisions we meet, he was part of it. Can you imagine how APC people then feel? You see, all along people don't know. You see, so we parliamentarians, they're plenty no head. Then get other, maybe they get other things that they were not too bad, but they get plenty things that we then do. We me strongly believe say if they not incorporate with the ruling government, a lot of things they way the ruling government do, it not be for that easy. If they get for do and say, the president said for be we think, you see, but I don't know, you see. Me, I'm not impressed. I honestly not impressed. You see, we said it. You see, I'm not impressed. I'm not a hit at any particular MP. I just a hit on waiting happen, not to the personality of the people they know. You understand? Just like what I said, the personality of Shayi Koko is very respectful. He respects me so much with a joke and laugh and to meet up. With a laugh, he gets me. He can only tell me, say, me two get most. Not say for racing, Namina the big one, you see. We can unbox we self MOC. So as a person, no. Now just in the line of in duties, now it will not be agree with. And being a lawyer for that matter, being a lawyer for that matter, you begin to see how could you as a lawyer they bulldoze you all the time. There are just certain things you just know.
Yeah.
See? You just know as lawyers, you just know. So it makes us wonder. You as a lawyer, everything and pass a lot of things just like that on your watch. You don't do nothing. So in effect, not to share no more. Plenty of we lawyers then. We lawyers then we then disappoint we and then disappoint we the members of the public, you see, and then they even disappoint Samura Kamara back when I they support, you see, because then just do a lot of things, you see. So many things they were contributing factors to waiting happen at this election. You see, but it's not just Madabio alone. It's not just the SLPP alone. It's all is the SLPP, the APC, the followers, you see, of both parties, you see, everybody get for their fair share of waiting to happen and waiting to happen also to APC, you see. And it's very worrying because you need a strong opposition at parliament. It's worrying, you know.
Yeah, because that's true, because we know see the opposition and get a long work to do. But again, I want for remind people and say the phone lines are not open, and then just so we get one call in. So let's bring this caller in. They give 3 minutes. Go ahead, caller. What time they may say the call for 3 minutes, please. Yeah, Madam Janet, how you doing, ma? So what now you want to take about what's in the going right now? Welcome to the show.
If the APC decide to go court because they feel to say there was some kind of electoral fraud, whether there's a possibility or a likelihood for me to overturn the decision for make da 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 da. Anyway, I just want to go straight to that through that to say that it's not just Sierra Leone based issue. I think it's across. If you look at, let us go straight to Donald Trump 2020, right? If you remember, you remember with Donald Trump came in power, they've been challenged certain things about irregularities in the electoral process, and what happened there? As advanced as America is, if you want to talk about the judiciary being independent, we will say America will get, that kind of a possibility, yes, to say the judiciary is independent and there's no interference. So if you come to Ghana, we saw in Ghana about 10 years ago or 11 years ago, John Mahama, the government of John Mahama, it was an interesting case. Usai, the government, the sitting government at the time, President Mahama, they been dragged and go court because they didn't believe there were irregularities, and that case went on for like 3 months, 6 months, and finally, what was the result? The case was thrown out, and that was that. So this question, they'll come back now to the situation in Sierra Leone. What do they look at from all what they don't put out? Data analysts them and people who want to understand electoral mathematics and this and that and the other. And again, the PR system, I think to say, being the first time where they practice in Sierra Leone, if they take this case go court, say, they feel that there was some kind of electoral fraud, I think there's going to be a problem, because and from all waiting they don't analyze, there doesn't seem to be any kind of fraud that went on in there. So I think to say the thing is, for me, before APC for wasting time and begin looking into electoral fraud when there wasn't any, that is my own understanding. I mean, I'm not speaking for anybody, but I'm just saying that I think to say within the APC need for do now, now for try for look into themselves and try to work with the government, because I tell you what, Mr. Tarawali, in the last 5 years, there be so many things that were happening in that country today, and that going forward now, we really want the APC government for work with the incumbent government, APC party, for work with the incumbent government, for make sure, say, governance could go on smoothly. Then all the after me they happen when they accuse certain people and say, and then they behind the scenes, and then they give the instructions and this and that and the other, and something JT said just now about something. I just want to tap into about I don't know, something he said. Say the APC, then something I can't really remember now, but I try for say whatever it was that JT said, whether it has to do with the judiciary, being independent, or the structure, of Parliament and the judiciary. I mean, we have to understand here, though. Yes, Parliament makes laws, and no institution has the right to ask Parliament the kind of law the way they make, unless it is unconstitutional. I mean, they say go against the will of the people, or it discriminates against the people. I want to understand, as far as it is now, I feel the Salon judiciary, with Babatunde Edwards being the head of that judiciary, I think they are doing a lot. I think they are doing a lot. And so it is not a bad idea for APC for go to Supreme Court, but I'm just thinking that, honestly speaking, Mr. Tarawali, if you ask me again, I think it's a waste of time.
Well, Auntie Janet, before you hang up the phone, I go. Somebody go
Yes.
argue on the other side. Say you said there wasn't any irregularity to the elections, but we know say there was so many delays about where the way ECSL do way it do inside Fito. We know say na APC the strong hold. We know say plenty people
Uh-huh.
in terms of the registration, we come up we have been doing because of the census, and people then reject the census because they expectancy for be every 10 years. And if SFP then finance them
Mhm.
bulldoze them way through and say, well, we'll do the census, make people boycott and say we don't do the census. But again, people that don't register from the previous elections with them voter ID card means them is still active. They not allow them for votes, and then we talk about but then
Yes.
once it's here happen inside Frito, they lose now 80% stronghold. They not care ballot boxes them on time. Then finance them try for stuff some things. Then so you can say that wasn't irregular, but then we talk say that was a willful act from the ECSL for slow down the voting system in Freetown. So what you go say about that?
Well, you know what? That claim about ECSL being one for delayed voting. I think anybody with ECSL alone know how the process is in Uganda. There are things that are slow. We really get to have to be realistic about these things. I mean, I hear one observer. I read some sideways say they were slow across the board. It is just because I think the structure there wasn't. I'm not gonna blame them because this is something that's been going on for a little while now. It's just because this particular time things didn't work out maybe the way the ECSL been planned for make sure say polling stations are open on time, people go vote and stuff like that. But I know say that they extend the time up to 10 p.m. So that is reasonable. That is reasonable. And I think the ECSL itself will willingly want for behave in a way where go against their own policy. They have laws and they have policies. They will not be working in that manner. They have to stay neutral. So if somebody they say, oh, the ECSL behave this way because they want the advantage to the SLPP, I would say that is not a fair comment because the same people where they go to go vote, you may have some SLPP people. Look like a place like Falaba. It's not a stronghold of the SLPP. It was an APC hot ground, but those people voted purely and squarely for the SLPP. So that claimed it to me. It could be a little bit, it could be hard to understand. I would say yes. They were not on time. They wasted time because certain structures did not fall into place. I'm not gonna say they were careless or they were reckless. I wouldn't want to describe them like that. I'm just saying they were fraught with difficulties. Forget the material then to the polling station. What I want to say more, I'm trying to say here is what we're trying to say here is maybe this system where they use as well. This is the first time they've used the system, so there are so many difficulties for people. Until somebody actually break them down to me today, I really didn't understand the block system. Like how first thing they talk about this constituency, that constituency, that they put them together and give you a calculation. So when they talk about 60% of the, I was wondering what was that, and they say, okay, this district, that district, so regional district, then put together and then give you a figure. I see. You see, so I am saying that all of these things, maybe even the APC themselves, I don't know whether they have been go through this before the election. I don't know more, but I'm saying I'm with that phrase that this draw for say this this CSL be willful, then they be late because they want for. No, I don't think so. I think it was just one of those things,
Well, thank you very much. I will ask me guest for coming. I will make you stay tuned and then call in do as much as possible because I know say now then say for take talk about what you don't say now for either you don't take either they agree or disagree. So continue to listen and also make I bring them in quick while we talk get other callers there. Then thank you. And I know say you call back in because
yeah,
it's going to be very interesting argument tonight. So thank you very much again, Auntie Janet. So
all right.
until I go to you first. What's not going to take
Well,
away?
Auntie
Because I say
Janet,
so many
please.
things right now. I know some plenty people
Right.
then get a different thing about what you don't say.
Right. And Tijana make important point, and some of them be really good, especially this time there. But it make reference to Ghana, say, oh, Ghana, the case stayed and then throw them out. Kenya, then get for reconduct the election. So there have been precedent of other places where they call for conduct the election again. Okay. In terms of ECSL, they get their own lab system, and most of the lab system it comes as a result of the neighbor explain the situations then to the people then. Because one thing about electioneering, if you explain the thing to the parties then, they understand. You explain the thing to the citizens then, they understand. When they do the real process, it become easy. Normally they say walk through. And no say the political parties then go through a walkthrough. But how many people in them political parties and we are actually called to go do the walkthrough? Maybe APC will give 2%, SLPP will give 2%. Then two people then they go watch the process, go through the walkthrough, and come for explain to their own party leaders then. Their party leaders then they're not able to explain anything to the membership. And I don't think say ECL self then do more for sensitize the people then. And yesterday, I listened in Corner where he say, he makes statements say in 48 hours ago announce the result. He says something like this because APC they say let them project the tabulation, right? It says something like this. They're not going to tabulate the result because they get different data entry people then. So if they say they want project, it will be very difficult. Then they project in previous election because now be just one data. I mean, now be just one election, and now just one data entry person. So then cable project that one day. That explanation makes sense somehow, but to the ordinary people, then they make sense until you can explain that to them. Then another thing where he say the international observer then, because with anything where APCB they tell the international observer then they go meet them. He said, but we explain to them the rationale behind why they are not projecting. He said they understand. So now it come to me, then why would I not explain all that thing they are to the parties then and the Sierra Leonean people then? So you see the lapses in that, all that thing they create problem. Another thing they do, right? There was like where polling station they shorting of ballot paper. Then get the officials then, where then they send with motorcar for go the ballot papers then. They not even give the person security. Then get for go hold on and beat and anything and they. In a country like Sierra Leone where everybody's suspicious, you get for make sure say that agency where they go with that polling materials and they is well protected. Now you can do an too difficult because people don't even care whether election they happen or not. So you can give somebody election material and go drop them. I think in the evening normally police and they can go take the election materials and the one they will not do electronically. Police then will go take and go to. So then ordinary civilians and can go take them. But salon is different because all my eye open, So the commission itself they lack a lot. They not be talk a lot of stuff then. So then they make all the suspicions and they. Then another cry where APCB the cry was in terms of the data entry, like where then go take for can enter into the system. Then they expect say then for able to see waiting and they can enter. But according to ECSL, then say they not allow them the because there is somebody where for go make objections so if then think say waiting they enter no collide with equates to waiting then get. But here's the thing we'll get for understand too. APC and SLPP then for know the result even before ECSL they announce them to the public.
Exactly.
Them parties then they so big that they for know the results even before ECSL announce them to the public. Because how we conduct the election is this, right? Every polling station by right APC and SLPP get enough money, and they just assume for letting get polling agent now all of them polling centers in there. And normally we don't conduct election after the poll close, the people that went and did it, the agents, and then they count everything. Whether they don't count, then put
Then
on the
sign
RF sheet, they all sign her. Whether they don't sign her,
Yes.
APC agent, SLPP agent, then just take a picture or write the number, send out them party offices then, you know. And if then deploy agents and all of them police stations and the APC and SLPP for don't know the results before Sunday night, you know. So like yesterday I posted on my Facebook wall, I say APC and SLPP they just played the blame game. I said then just not honest to the people then because they already know the results, you know. But the ECSL win an independent body, therefore they try for explain more so ordinary people then for understand the process.
Okay.
That's the it.
So I think Antikadi quick, we can also get a call on the line, but again Antikadi tomorrow. We can also say may not go lost in thought before I bring the caller then mean. So Antikadi go ahead. What's your thought about? We can also say there was so many said.
Yeah, because waiting at around this 10 p.m. that was considered to be reasonable. Yeah. Reasonable depends on how you take within you they consider. We want to determine whether something is reasonable or not. If the polling agents, the officer, on one occasion, they're not candidates 6 in the evening. So how could voting from 6 to 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock be reasonable when others have had the polling station open, I think, from 7 o'clock or 8? You get me? You see?
Yeah.
So the 10 p.m. is only for those people where we don't day na line right through, we don't day before 5 o'clock. But even then, some people we don't go there, they not then accuse say 5 o'clock, then come out no more say, so until I go use the toilet or I go buy a drink, then come, then miss the 5 o'clock, they're not able to enter. So those people they're not able to vote. You get me? You see? Why they not get why the police stations they're not for open on time? Why the police stations therefore they say okay, I do understand that they say they get hard to reach areas then, you see. But shouldn't they have considered that? This hard to reach areas, you see. Waiting cause all that when I get hard to reach areas, they will not probably don't even involve local people then within the place, you see. So then go join the other one the way they come, you see, for organizer. You see, so the whole thing it look, I don't see how people are saying that people cannot condemn a few things that happen. You see, it don't happen well, you get. Then, in fact, which reminds me, I came across something we came to say. They talked about local.
Yeah.
Then get a form, then supposed for certify a document. Yeah. They never certified that document. So in effect, but local count was not included. But when Conego go announce the 60%, the 60-40 thing, they were included. You see? So how would I go say that? You cannot. The people they not even know, they're not confirmed, not nothing, will not get them. How can they go explain something we not can na your desk? You see? You not can your desk because if they been confirmed, it will can your desk. You not confirm and then you still include them. You see? So these are the little things that where they create the problem, we make people they get out. You understand? And see, you remember something about when the registration, yeah, that's a point. Yeah, registration, people they're not being registered. Yeah, but the other side of it now we make this non-registration of all water now because then we don't relax them. They say that whether you've been registered or not, correct me if I'm wrong here. You see, my understanding was whether you've been registered or not, once you candidate, then go make you vote. You're not the union. That was what I heard. You see,
if you get a voter's ID card from the previous and you didn't change address, you name for still on the list because then just try to update the list. So it was supposed to be functional.
Yes, but some people they get difficulties because when they go, then they tell you, see, well, wait, you see, we'll get for check or this and that, and then you see, then in the end they not get for vote. You see, so many people not be able to vote. You see, they're not able because some man go home after they say police station not open until 6 o'clock. They don't go. So in effect, they indirectly disenfranchise those people. Indirectly, you see. Was it a
We're not
deliberate
really on next caller
something?
in.
Was it
Yeah.
a deliberate something to discourage people from voting?
Okay, so we lost the caller. Go ahead. Finish it up because we don't lost
Was
the
it
caller.
deliberate? Was it deliberate for discourage people from voting? You see, and
Well,
this
I
sort
mean,
of
that
thing.
the opposition will argue that. The opposition will argue, say it was deliberate because Freetown is a stronghold. We know say Freetown gets a larger population, we will be upset within the SCP for the make up line. But yes, so that would be an argument to them. Where they will put. In fact, that make them
Right.
criticize the ECSL. Say they know because if you upline Kailaon in other areas, they could get ballots papers on time, but Freetown not get them on time. Where now they are the base, something was wrong.
Caller on the
Okay, let's
line.
get the call on the line.
Caller.
Yes, to
Yeah.
not get this caller in. Good evening, caller. Anyone say the call from please. You got 3 minutes.
Yes, hello.
Good evening, caller. Anyone say the call from.
Yeah, how do you meet people there?
You know what I do.
Yeah, I'm fine. I call from US, me are anonymous. I just want
Yeah, go ahead.
make people understand what that happen for say this now military takeover. That don't happen as Sierra Leone. Because when they call us 60%, that man call the military there, they bring the come around our country, na Freetown, they surround Freetown. Military not supposed to be part of political issue. And after the results don't call, you see, even the military, they dance, they sing, so you understand what's in the go on. Something don't go on where we the Sierra Leone, we not go act like say we are fool. We need to understand directly what's happening. For that man, for call Dumbuya, na Salon, Dumbuya count military force in our country. They don't plan something. I just want to Sierra Leone people that know. Say maybe this man also, you don't plan for the rest of your life, maybe. So now me what down there to my people there. I understand exactly what's happening. That military take over, the way the military they come to that country, they come there afraid for life. Now you make you do what you do. Me na me opinion this. It left now to the Sierra Leone people, let them understand what they talk to, let them crunch. Put things them together, only points them together around the nation. So the Muya and the military take over. Now it cause this result will get so. So for me, not of free and fair. There are a lot of questions. So I hope my people stay blessed. May God bless Sierra Leone. And I thank you guys very much for what you guys are doing. Thank you.
Is that
Well,
ability to take over?
We need to come see because President Bill was a former military, and yesterday we see a very long convoy inside Freetown to Oshaka Steven Street area for keep people away. So the telephone talks, you know, say the result before come on, so them forcefully take away from people. And the video they talk about, they may show a video where people may dance in a presidential lodge and also a gentle in place. But then they sing in men, they with military people and police people, they dance and jubilate. They in uniform, which was unprofessional on my own side. But again, that's one I'm not gonna put much because as somebody when I security personnel, professional where you wear uniform, obviously that was out of bounds. You're not supposed to be there celebrating. You're supposed to be neutral in terms of them things. But again, this is the country we find ourselves. So I think say that perception, somebody like I'm not be say, well, yeah, now military take over as far as they're concerned because they're not wait to go through the right process as a civilian. So that I need to for say. So if we're not getting any other call, make her take this since where we don't say we don't talk about this one. Now we come back to the SAPP and President Bio in administration. So just I was saying this one first before I go to Antikadi. We know say this past 4 years to 5 years because of them people that pull in parliament is high and heavy rejection may not come from the opposition. We make most of them protest how they see so things go on. Now they come out where it make it hard for President Bio for doing job. I want for do. And they make sure they don't disrupt the government because if you say President Bio not respect the mandate and people who then vote for. Now we don't see what happen today. And we know say this one will be more heavier than that one may happen in Parliament. So what do you feel say will happen to President Bio in the next 5 years if they don't overturn this one and ready for move forward? But at the same time, anyone for work and say he want to make cement in legacy in Sierra Leone. You feel say the people will allow him, most especially the opposition in the grassroots, will allow him to make get that smooth ride, or you feel say that is a possibility say this step and we will reject and will make it more difficult for him. Or we get a call on the line. Okay, we'll bring the caller and since we'll bring the caller. Good evening, caller. Anyone say the call from please.
Yeah, the Mina Kindle and call the call from Cape Verde.
Yeah, if you go speak a little louder, and go ahead. We have 3 minutes.
Yeah. First and foremost, I tell you thank you for a great job. You know, thank you for that because they make we get update what to country, which is very, very for communal for that. You see, this election, really, I believe say some of we don't watch all the Twitters of European Union, America, the American embassy, when at the Qatar, they don't get reports. So all the international organizations, they all not recommend this result here because of why free, fair, and credible. So and then people and the Qatar Foundation, they don't even threaten say the minimum change of so many hundred or so many millions them over don't get. They even threaten say we get a sanction, we don't get them. So many things and they way they write now at the report. So meaning a country in democracy, it don't look somehow it don't come here. It don't come to the drain where I feel say you need to help we as a country. As a Sierra Leonean, we need for cry. And we need for worry for democracy because we don't go at least one step ahead. Now we don't come another step behind because democracy will be this so. Yes, now truly we will not be ever get a fair election. But this one is open, free, fair, and credible. Really good for democracy. Really good for democracy. Not to politics that they talk, not to anything they talk, and not belongs to no political party. But I'll go for this fact because we worry for democracy. More especially with the lay people, with the people that we're not concerned with politics, with the people that we're not concerned with government. It's really disgraceful for like international community and go observe the election. All of them recommend this kind of recommendation, including with local institutions who concerned about election. They condemn this when I knew. They condemn the outcome of this particular result. Like say, Kone just take the result out of itself and even knew out of the report. Then say not all these others they even contest. Even now, they say some box them, they don't even contest them. According to the report of New, go to the report and read the report. It tell you say they don't count all the box them up to now. As I tell you, they don't count all the report. Just now, I read a report. Tell me say they don't count all the box them. We're gonna go and announce the result. So really sound well for the democracy. Really sound well. So if I get for contribute, I just feel the pinch of the one the way they don't kill, of the one the way don't suffer, of for restore this democracy. Let God give them good road. And I believe say yes, all two the party are all two are the same people and all two maybe they get in within the hide way we know they disagree. But really good for democracy. At least these are the only chance we'll get for elect somebody where a physical will represent we. Then pull them out of we them then seize the right of many Sierra Leoneans don't vote. Many Sierra Leoneans don't vote. Why? They don't even vote. They deprive them from exercising their rights, their franchise. Really go well with the country. So with that, you will govern the country with people that will disgruntled. You will govern them well. People don't feel say we are there and we are part of this government here. We elect this government here. A set of people take and say we are disenfranchised. You will control them. This all they create a chaos. Now in 2018, people don't feel they lose the election. They create all kinds of trouble for the government. All kinds of the government because they don't feel say.
Thank you very much.
They don't feel say they lose the election.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your call. We appreciate that. You can call back. So I get
no problem. Yeah, thank you very much for
okay. Thank you. God bless you, my brother. I don't forget any other caller on the line. Okay, I don't think so. We get another call. Okay, no caller. So, JT, I come back to you concerning the question. Moving forward, if they're not overturning this in Parliament, you feel it is going to be easy or hard try for President Biya going forward?
Well, President Bill Nango make this be hard. Of course, it will be difficult, but since Naina the winner, the board and the owner for let he reach out and try for, because it's really right now, of course, most people will be distrust of her. But in as a leader, I get for make sure say he knows say people that no agree with him. He try for understand the anger and try for calm down to them and do waiting good leaders then for do. Then they not only stop to President Bill, he even continue with the police, the security forces, then how they interact with the people, then how then they go for solve problems. Then, like one of them days there, the day after election, we be see crowd now. APC will be see crowd now. SLPP. Both then two situations and the way how the security forces then handle them situation and they it not be good at all. Especially the APC one. Somebody even die. I know somebody way night until then killed it. So
Yeah.
how then the security forces is very important. You therefore be mindful. Say, oh, you know what, the security forces there and they go now opposition side. How then for mediate? Then they're all important. So the president get for pay a lot of attention to Dandy. Then he can use big guns in APC, big opposition people there. Because it's difficult for you say, okay, Lima go talk na Makeni, So you get for use big opposition people then, and we use them go able them people then go able to understand the language, If you say one big APC gun na Makeni, the way we go talk to them, then go accept them more than you send Lima. We not to na person we not na divisive person, I go say, So the president get for do that day. Then also, he get for try let he make the suffering go down small. The cost of living so high, and a lot of people then go to say not to salon no more. Yeah, not to salon no more, but it difficult na salon because jobs are no day. So then side and day back, the president for try for help for cushion them pain from people then, because later salon people are more interested in election and everything than because of poverty. If people then get what they do, people then get jobs, people then get what they do, then get less interest in politics. Think about then countries they are. Sometimes in the election they have when people know who that is in a polling station where then they work as polling agents. Most time now all over my then people then. But on a salon you they see young people then so eager. Because some man not even know, some man don't know direct person, but it say can say no more. You know what? Let me party then young fully run. So then they make them more interested because he thinks if you win, you go get something, So just making sure that the economy will be improved, go be easy for him.
No.
Now then say,
Practically, I will come back. I will come to you because get the call on the Lala bring. I will come to you the same question. So you just get a thought right now. You come to you the same question about President Biya ruling. I'll bring this caller in quick. Good evening, caller. Tell them the call from please.
Yeah, I'm a concerned citizen from Sierra Leone, Kailang. I just worry about this election today because we all begin watch from the beginning up to today. But the way how this announcement will all be shocked. I don't know, like how erratic the shock person. Because they say 60% of come out. What about the 40%? We didn't hear anything about it. First, we say this person don't win. Like, well, we don't care about politics. But the only thing we care about because we family then they under, then they suffer. Like me, I got Boku family then they me picking then they. So at times where you can send money, say, oh sister, oh mommy, this is not do say how long we go take per days. So I see some people that they jubilate today. Some people that they dance, they don't even know what they dance for. Military, like now, USA, military not get nothing for do with politics. Neither police. Then they in for law-abiding citizen there, but not for salon. I see today where soldier then they dance for what? Are you supporting the government or are you for the people? So I'm so confused about Salon. But the Lord, God, let it help that country. We'll not get nothing for sale. Would they just put Salon at God in hand? God will create that country. Let it help him. Now that's no more would they say. I tell when I thank you for all the people that whether they go media, what would they watch? Because me from where they say this thing don't begin. Even before for February, me they go anytime where they think they online I they watch them. And okay, even where I did a job, my phone then in my pocket 24 hours I did watch. I tell when I thank you, let God bless una, let God guide and protect una, and let God protect Mama Salon. When I thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Mama. Thank you. Bye bye. We appreciate you calling. We appreciate you calling concern. So, Auntie Kadia, I'm over to you. Yeah, you will last caller in your concern. So, if you able to get answer that question, your question that will help. Go ahead. Auntie Kadia, do you hear me?
Okay, please.
Yeah.
Hello?
I said until the last caller in call. So the question I mean, and also to JT concerning President Bio moving forward, and also the last caller, you will add them together and address them for we could.
Actually, he's not going to find it easy. He's not going to get them easy for move forward at all. He's not get them easy. The circumstances in which they swam in, the opposition will not cooperate. They're not going to cooperate. The one way, then just say no more. Samura will just say no more if they know if the elections are not credible. You understand, eh? He not go cooperate. Before I say now, this one is blatantly not credible. Everybody see him. You get me? Everybody see her, just like that woman. It's a good thing that lady from Kailao is telling us that. You see, what happened to the 40%, the 60, and these are some people. It's obvious. How they go announce they still get some numbers then, some polling stations that we did not take into account it. Is he telling me that he assumes say, okay, 40% come out here? If that's the case, that was wrong. He has no business to assume. See, well, okay, 40%, Yanda will get that kind of amount, say, Yanda will get that kind of amount. And by the way, the 60% within the see, okay, 60%. How you compute 60%? You see, you not even give me figures, or let me say, okay, you give me say the total number within Abombali, you see, now 500, then 60% when at 300 is my own figure, 60% when at 300, now the normal we don't get force. So all man was in at 300, now in at the 60. But so just come and say 60% of Bombali, you understand it, you see. I use Bombali, it can be any other side where they say. It's just not right. And Marcela Samba, let me tell you one thing here. Marcela Samba shocked me. Marcela Samba, now one person made me always believe, say, he always in that the only government inside. There's a phone, there's a caller.
Yeah, just finish it. That will bring the caller in. Just finish it. That will bring them in.
Marcela Samba, now one person made me be always they be feel to say, he always in that the ruling government inside. Because I know then one or two show not to VOS, I don't talk and say Marcela Samba. So today it shocked me, you understand, for he make that statement where he make. You get me? And he stand by his statement because he stand by in records where he get. And he make a clear say in record where he gets no different from the record where all the other international observers they get. It's not different. They all get them from the very first time made the statement he say, ain't not go reading you because not to get the power for reading a can, but it waits for like can reading you. Then it makes statement say,
I don't read you now. I don't read you now.
No, but even say, the one they say, Marcela not get intention for just go read you. Because he talk and say,
No.
I pray God. He say, I pray say we all go get the same number then. She said that. He said, I pray we all go get the same number then. He said, because me results and we get the records that we get, it correspond with the records of all the international agencies there. Then now, Connor in your now is different. You see, so now that lady self cannot say no, she will not see that happen. No, she's not gonna have it. So instead pull in your waiting ingot, you see, because he look and say she doesn't want to to forgive the people then for become a disservice to the poor people then. We not then the votes, we not then get for suffer in the end. You see, Marcella not
Yes.
get for suffer. You see, she is well
Well,
paid.
the next caller in. Now go ahead and bring the next caller in, Auntie Kadi. Good evening, caller. Tell them the call from, please. Thank you for holding.
Yeah, I call from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
This result is so shocking. The result is so shocking to everybody. Where we don't see how the APC they celebrate because they're not for no more and just celebrate because they say don't get the own result on their hand. But the whole thing is that in the beginning of this election, we don't see so many biasness from the ECSL and the police. And the SLPP will stay neutral if you're not able to contribute, but they support the ECSL. That don't bring a stigma in the eyes of other people. We'll say even if Connect call the results a factual result, people will get doubt on that result then because you don't say within the complaints. And all of the things they would then say, Lima and other people, we see I come to light. Whereas they go pronounce the result, they will deploy the security, everything so far come to light. So in that process, you see say like everything where them project, nothing all the way missing. And look at the result in the call, the other party then. Now 0-0 more there is 0-0. If you're for Konadu, then get 2,000. What's that 2,000 come on? No, look no more the APC side. Not look the other side then first. Not forget about APC because they don't know call the result. But most of them people in the pull out 4,000, 8,000, 10,000 for all in 0-0 them they call. So worry that the result they don't manufacture everything. This now a lesson for everybody. I don't know how we picking and call the land as alone when they grab up at this group. What now the legacy we're going to show picking there? So like we're not going to able to change the system as alone. Whereas everybody they see the truth, but everybody get away the way they analyze that. When they forget say they picking the land for with the grow one day. Now the lesson and they will go show picking there. No say we hate Mother Bio. Now the policy when Mother Bio they work with now we hate. Because Samura we know you the report who they fetch for Samura, who they go kill yourself for Samura, you know can't put for import or they get up money every day. No, like go pay now. Mother Bio win at the same thing, like go pay now. The only thing no more is that it creates a big difference for not able to get the democracy back where everybody fetch for. Some of them people are they don't put in a prison just because they talk. Like Kamara, I told them we don't want them. Every talk Kamara talk, they can't to light. If not list in speech, we make it lead to the prison today. We see say every two-way talk, they come to light. So they don't see and say na a possibility for Kamara in kind for let them go keep and force. So when they talk about Samura, say Samura too dull, this that. You need to take fire for hot fire. People they don't understand. Samura not soft. He can soft na the voice, but in action not go soft. If you say they do like how Mother Bio they do, na boku souls go. Let's take an example. When you go to that party office, you not talk na party office, you go then go pay far in day. Look at that man Lidon, big man, I Lidon a grown. Like they go lost day. What about if he ain't talking now? What thing will happen? So all what you do so now for picking them, not for now, we don't pass that age now for say we don't go up to 40 now. Now what should they wait for again? Another 5 years or 45, what should they do in life? This now is my contribution.
All right. Well, thank you very much, my brother. We'll call back. I think we'll go about another 20-25 minutes for we on the show. Okay. So may I go to Auntie Kadi? Yeah, thank you very much. Auntie Kadi, now don't look about the internal politics of the APC as well, because we know say we want them at least for the show we talk say if they get for go to this election, the APC get for make sure say they galvanize everybody on board, bring people away not even like for fight against President Biya, because for fight an incumbent president in Africa, not an easy fight, because they get everybody on their side. But for do like what in Ghana do for Paul Mahama on that first round, they get for make sure they beat and bad one where you not go shake. We see the COP they get for form at one point. We see the Sansmana phenomenon may also supposed to join. Then later, then the APC they come closer. We find out say all NTS scatter. Internal fighting in day. So people don't mean believe in the trust of the APC anymore, even to the convention about the honest by Kuma involvement. So you feel say some NTS play a role in within the APC they face today?
Well, actually, waiting me feel to say we get so many factors we contribute to within they happen to APC. One is and foremost, this corruption case will be done there. The way they deal and they use that corruption case for weakening the APC. Because they use that corruption case for hold people they harm. You understand? Leaving people very weak. They cannot make vital decisions. You understand? Because people are concerned and worried that they're going to seize their properties. They're going to seize everything they've worked hard for. Not everything might be corrupt. Would have been obtained in a corrupt way. But someday when they don't work hard for as well. You see? So, for them, they can not get nothing. So they make people then compromise a lot. So we cannot talk about this thing, we left all that. That's what the tactics, the main tactics when they use force. You get me, you see? And then after the corruption, we get then people because even inside the APC party, you get some big man, some people and they will get position self now like they can say, you know, one day with all these campaigns, Samura the campaign, you know, one day you didn't talk. Why aren't they speaking? And if we for me, they not say the property. No, we don't want to hear people and talk. You get me? And these are people they supposed for the old. Then go there behind Samura, but they are not speaking. They are not talking at all. You see? Poor Samura, I really feel sorry for that man. You see that now? I'm not, yes, no, I'm not sorry for in the sense that a good heart, but surrounded by people. I don't know whether it not get the right advisors. I don't know. You see? But and then another thing again, you see. At the council, this Kono saga, you get me? And then this mamikos, this course, where we don't can day for 5 years. And I won't dwell on that too much because I talked about that last week, you get me? We don't day for 5 years, you see? And the shocking one is just a couple of weeks to the exam, and to the exam, a couple of weeks to the election. Then begin they put people in Mama and Sarah. And Papa and Sarah, you get me? With course just about 2-3 weeks to election. You get me? On top of that, then go burn Diana in house. Some people are saying that, oh, Diana be done. Well, if you want course, go SLPP. So if you want course, go SLPP, so what? Now, in right, if you want left any party, any day, any hour, now in right, they're not supposed to go burn in house for that. You get me? This is one thing that we may not support. You get me? Because not the house is a material thing. But what if that they be there inside for any day they sleep? Therefore don't kill them. You see what I mean? Eh? This is the sort of thing. You see, so all them saying they help for what's down the strength of APC. And even we only that have some comments that we make back. You see, we are not fit in the comments saying, I not see that money like a man we get the tribalist business. It just happened to say no more. Not so everybody can talk. That makes so many people in the world looks out this so they speech and writing the item. The one the way that they get a language. You see most of them the speech, they know they ever the speech that they always read that for paper. They get special people the way they write their speech. Not to themselves they write themselves. They get special people that they no more speech writers. You get me? You see, so many things happen, all that they concentrate. But we see I not agree with. When some people want for make this thing look safe, waiting happen to APC now because they exclude Kono. Samsumana per se. You get me? I refuse. I then a position today where they talk. You see? So I would say that because here so you we didn't not for lie. We didn't the true how you see things as way for talk. You get me?
Obvious.
You see, so I talk exactly how I see them. You get me? I know they lie, I know they cover nothing. You see? They make it look as if Samura was so popular. Samsumana was so popular that because of Samsumana make they lost yonder. Excuse me. Me no say Samsung not popular that popular they na corner for say na make APC the loss. Not to Samsung and me. You see? I know that because I've never been me not to ever a member of C4C. But the telling Samsung and where they go because I was friends with Samsung and already. You see? I will go C4C meeting. You see, I will go there, I see every day, I know, you understand? I even go spend weekend with and get a C4C convention. I go out for that weekend to attend their convention. And then I get me diplomatic pass with and give me a diplomatic pass I go with. I arrive after the convention Sunday, I think I come back the Sunday or the Monday. You get me, you see? So I know, you see, some Sumana, whether they may give some plan organs, some Sumana don't contest now, na kono. Win in your area. You get me? Then they say Camps want to be popular because of Samsung and me, them together last election. Well, I am going to analyze here now what I know. You get me? That election, they waiting make them get plenty of people that support we cannot then team up. And at the same time, then do this thing. Because we then cost them and me then cost everything that then disregard it so they all come together. You get me? When that may happen, that one day on a two occasions. One, they may pull Emerson Lamina in an unfair way. You get me? You see? Then Samsumana self happen for commerce in another unfair way. You get me? You see? So the people they say that now we bother them. You see? This now we don't picking our bother them. You see, they forget say the first lady and the second lady in Akono. They're not then Kono no one know about that. Once you don't touch them, you get me? So they all come together and then they say they go show this APC. In fact, not to APC no more say they say go show the former president say Kono value, Kono matter. You get me? So now so they all can then gang up for people with one voice. So then say they go support Samswana because now they bother we don't know disrespect and then disrespect the whole Kono. You get me? So this was it. And I remember that 8 seats, now the 7 seats where Emerson Lamina win. Win them because of Samsumana. Not at all. Because when we go to the convention, you see, Emerson Lamina, 30 days, I remember tell me, Mrs. Johnson Cole, me, and also me, 7, it's first say, I get 8 for 8. You see, so I think 7 for 7 or 8 for 8, but I'm not saying he lost 1 seat. No, now. You understand? You see, he said,
he lost 1 seat to APC.
Yeah. He said, they get all. And he tell me that not once, not twice, not several times. He said, I'm so confident that they get all. He not get nothing for do with Samsumana. Now, Emerson Lamina in hard work. You get me? People be like Emerson Lamina. You get me? So if they say now because they're not put Samsumana, that doesn't help because some of them people that they help again for sabotage APC. You get me? Not to lost say president get for commoners and Akono. Not to lost say vice president get for common Akono. You see, if a president be competent in terms for common, then for Picam. You get me? They're not get for saying on one side no more. Just like when Jules they don't become vice president. You get me? You see. Kono, they not get vice president, but they get them first lady, second lady, and Diana gets one of the top position and now winner in Emerson Lamina in border get. You see, it's Tabalamina. You see, Diana get top position.
Minister of Government Affairs for the SAPP. Well, Salamina himself don't just join the SAPP as well. Yeah,
Tabalamina same post where they call me get Diana. You see, all these things where they give the next position and they. You get me? They not say this, you understand me? And when you look like the other corner sister when at the deputy for ECOWAS, you get me? It was recommended by the government, you see. It is so people them they take not also because of Samsumana. Whether Samsumana be so they're not guaranteed. And even Samsumana be messed up because even when they all supports are now during the election now, see, so many things happen. We make people and come up here now. You get me? You see? So many things happen. So I just want to correct that part they say. Samsumana and not so unique. The whole thing that we actually say responsible for what say happen, the internal things and as a APC and the corruption case where they use at first, you get me, and then the parliamentarians, you see, and then some of the other things that I don't tell you. You understand? You see.
Okay.
So basically,
We get. Okay, we get one. We can bring the water color in. You'll bring the color in because we can wrap up now, so they can go last with the suit because anti-carry don't let to your side. Way too late. So we can release. You could even call out and also call from please.
Hello, me Hassan. They call from UK.
Yeah, Mr. Hassan. Good evening. What time you take on this program tonight?
I just remember today, my mama called me and I asked me, "Mommy, I say how the election?" I said, "When I don't win." He say, "Well, next time," he say, "He not get for border for vote safe." I say, "What you do because the party not win?" He say, "No, not because of that too." He say, "Not just because they don't respect the vote. So what's not the reason? What's make they come on me host? I mean, old age. They work they go na polling station where they don't even respect voting. Which I they go vote for. See, next time I get me voters ID card. I know they go there. I just get time. He send for me something. And not only they go take me voters ID card for because makes sense for go to a polling station. And if you think of the kind of money where they spend for make election, maybe $90 million, as they say, maybe that money they alone they give a turn at the entire maybe 80% of the country. They get people they get a turn based on that. So they spend up an election. What to make not just give the power to Madabio instead of waste all that money by election, which just don't make sense. We don't know say Madabio would be 10 years, whatever. If we just give Madabio, take that money we use them for do something else. And they more better than people there for wasting time, spend millions of dollars, where they pay higher rates, interest, will not make no sense. Number one. Number two, the damage we create right now. I think say that lady the Masala Samba make a great contribution. Now the damage. You can damage, but the kind level of damage where would they go? Even the SLPP themselves, they're not aware of the damage that they create. To be honest with you, they not get awareness. They just think of the victory. They don't think of the future. Because of states where go the institution and all on damage. Even investors say they get the fairness. Say tomato, if I go invest in this country, then the arts can turn and only in favor of this person. Definitely, it will turn against me. It will take all what I get. It will destroy all my business. Because most of my mind, it can change at any time. They will say, because I'm not in favor of anti-day, they definitely will take all account again in my country. I will destroy all. So now that did go on in the country. So even investors, they say, they get that fairness day. Because any state where institution, they operate for even one, it's danger. It's danger. You go do something, but not do too deep. When you do too deep, people, they get that fairness day. And because people, most of my mind can change at any time. They go say, today they support you. Or maybe tomorrow, just talk more, you vex, you have change. And you can destroy all what I get. They which God and they call. And that person go talk, say, no, I know they go there. So the people, they say something like the SLPP, the way they dance. To me, God, they don't know the level of damage within they create. They don't understand. What in Masala Samba, they try for reduce that level. They let not go too deep. Because if you go too deep, the future, it will be difficult. This alone will become a better place. So, I don't know more I get for this net. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. And we appreciate your contribution. So, JT, the caller just talked about Masala Samba, and also I think Auntie Kadisef me echo that during the show. If you say Marcella need to come out and bring your number out now that ECS say, okay, we get caller, not bring this other caller in there, I will get back to your Marcella Samba on your side. Good evening, caller, out and also the call from please.
Hey, that the same woman where I say, me na salon and Kalan come out. This problem, let I tell you what our problem. We problem is na salon. We get badat and we hypocrites. Now the worst thing that we Iranians get. Because me where I be then grab na salon. I be they see we fulama then they go na Kaila, then they give the us free. Me they don't say they say we will be there with Papa rent key 30 minutes the way they count for bill whatever they be they call the company as IRC. You see? Yeah, for being water well. Yes, they do them. They write whole student. One time the work left the man. The papa say, you go there, they say you get other job. Now the bad and the hypocrisy with too much the salon. We let stranger there, but we not let we safe. Sierra Leoneans there, we get all kind of riches in that country. If we let we safe, I swear to God, no international war no go help we in that country today. But the problem is, if I don't meet today, in a SLPP today, where I don't get power, I go say, what your APC they do? I get for show they say, I mean at the boss today. If the APC win, what your SLPP don't do at the show they say, me and I get power. This not they protect, this not they develop country. Guys, let's stop this. Let us develop a country. This now me and you. White man, no, they can't make that country for. We now me and you for make it. Now me and you for make that country. No say because my brother don't do this today, and they do it tomorrow. Jesus said, forgive your brother 70 times 7. You get for condone but things then. And they see people, then they could blame this, then they blame this, then they blame this. That they all no matter. The most important thing is salon where we for learn and we for change. Now badat and hypocrites. Let's work on their two things then. My brother and my sister or my mama, you go see that country will change. But once we not work on that attitude, that country will never go before. I'm sorry. I know they criticize her because I'm a country. Right now, I feel like I want to go. But it's two things. They go for work on the habits, that bad heart, and that hypocrites. Where this person, when you see party like I don't say, they come out, they go for that other. And they say APC, SFPP, from SFPP, APC, from APC to SFPP. How long are we going to be on this? That's not a good thing. It's not providing anything for we. And what you will get for tell with picking there? What you will get for tell with grand picking there? This is, excuse me, because I know say some people that will be get call a course. And me, I'm not trained up like that. I'm just saying the fact. Me not to, I don't want APC, I don't want SFPP, but the only thing, let the people in Sierra Leone be at peace and do what they want to do. Within a people country, Guyana, America, we get freedom of movement, we get freedom of speech. Would they say, fuck Trump, fuck Biden? Nobody know they owe you. Yes. But say that in a salomba. They go catch you. You go there in a tight place, you don't know who side go there. So they go destroy everything we get. How long we go there for this? Like the house and how they born, building materials not there. How long that person go be that house? Una tell me, my brother say, or my sister, how? Please, una now cry to Papa God. Let the badat na salon and the hypocrites let it stop. That is the only thing, my brother. Una, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate you. I think so. We'll take one more call, the last call for the night that we can wrap up. Okay. So, log the last caller in, and then we will do your last. I could lost the call. So, I'll come back to you, GT, and we talk about Masala Sambas. We know say make a press conference. Yeah. So, what's if you say, and if we release them question in figures and now, so we'll put question in the government and also for push the court in hand for letting them go do something better.
Yeah, but now two things they can have in head, right? One thing where they tell me say Masala Samba in figure then it might not get the correct picture of the of what happened at the election. Either you not get enough people then for cover all them polling stations and then. Because if you be really, really sure of a number then, I think say if we don't release them. And there was a way if we don't do it, where it protected. Because if we don't, you could just say no more, exit pool. If we don't call a number exit pool and pull the number then. You understand? But I'm still skeptical about whether you get a complete picture of the numbers that way you get. Okay. Another thing where I go one Rob Montpa was you would ask who side go wrong, right? Before the election, before the campaign start, I prefer to say Marabiogo lost. Because if we get for put percentage per the sectors then we'll get education, the economy, different sectors then, I don't think say Marabiogo get any passing mark na any of the sectors then. Maybe you go get education, you go get maybe 50, 51, 52, you know, if you want to be nice to her. So it failed in terms of all of the sectors that will get. Maybe past education, I will get passed. But waiting it do close to election, Now in make a well, now in propeller, you understand? It build a lot of alliances.
I see the ticket
Yeah.
for the use that word.
No, well, I'm not going to say I make a win. I'm not going to say I make a win
The
because
word,
if I use that word, being that
which
people in the
word? Because I
question the
was
result.
guessing. Whose word?
I mean, if I say I make a
Whose word
win,
you?
huh?
No, I
If I
see
say
this
I
question.
make
You
a
want to say
win,
Nigerian can win, but it look like stop. It's just scared for use the word win. Americans.
right? I mean, he's the winner, right? They don't declare around, but because of people in the
Exactly.
question the election, as an analyst,
Yeah.
I therefore be careful how they put on right there. You know what I mean? So down in I'm
Yeah.
propellant, the alliance is the way it build. Because I know say he gets so much ego that if he be no say he do well, enough of be even go meet KKY for make alliance with her. And not go make alliance with other people then. He get even Sansumana Bobodena in camp where then they part of the campaign. So all our
Yeah.
alliances then it really beef them up. In terms of APC, right? We decide them more with them make their own mistakes then. Now even the executive when they come up, right? How you go make Dumbuya Secretary General where you get Andy Macaulay? Andy Macaulay is like a nightmare to SLPP, you know? That guy is Dumbuya is so quiet, especially when you're in our opposition. Guy Andy Macaulay the second, but they not nominate him. Then even before coming to that who side and pick their candidate delegate conference, therefore we don't make sure say peace stay at the party. I mean, people then go they say, oh, Sansumana not important, but he's important because he got a lot of followers there. Some of them even can SLPP. You know, the other people, Alpha Khan, a lot of people, and they will not be part of the campaign. Silver Blighting, now a good strategist,
Yeah.
because you
Providing the
already
Victor
lost.
Foles, Alpha Khan, and
Yeah,
other
you
people.
already lost
Yeah.
Victor Foe. Victor Foe in one of the now other strategies than they. So, even the day before the election, Samura is so honest, right? He even make mention about agents. Like he was skeptical about the type of agent, whether they will get enough agents for cover all the police stations. We make, I even think say APC self not get complete picture of the election results. Because if them be get complete picture of the election results, therefore we don't pull their number then they out. You know? So so much happen. Some people then go say, oh, Adebayo, Mami cause this, that. I mean, then Adebayo be leader in APC because they not the other people they not show leadership. And I tell people then, right? People then they overseas where then they do the same thing way Adebayo they do, then get even bigger voice than Adebayo. The only thing maybe they need cause Mami cause inside Creole. But we get Sean Hannity in there. Educated, but guess what? He get Fox News and he get a lot of people where they reach to. Before we get where Obama video we get Rush Lamberg. They broadcast from
Rush
Florida.
Limbaugh.
That guy where they talk, they call Obama, they even call him terrorist. He got big megaphone where they talk. So I know when they call Adebayo, I know Billy, I know one look again that kind of importance today. I just see there was leadership gap, and I make Adebayo step in. So maybe I know say nothing ever come out of this. Maybe they're gonna make some peace deal between APC and
So
SLPP.
you feel say the APC leadership missed a big point for condemn Adebayo openly. Because they don't say they tie Adebayo to the APC leadership saying that then they send him and then nobody don't ever come up for openly condemn him. So if you say that itself play a big role.
Well, first of all, there was no leader most of the time. You remember saying Peter Coleman I mean the Peter Conte I mean the lead
Peter Conte,
APC, right?
Peter Conte, yeah.
Right. So I don't think they get any of that willingness for do that, right? Then most time as a strategist, since Adebayo be there with the grassroots, go after like that. Maybe you go pull press statement, but in some quarters APC be don't do that. There was a time where then disassociate with her. Whether other people then be the supporter or not, we don't know. But guess what? Even SLPP then get terrorists in at their own camp. You get them gentle when they talk. They same they can be compared to Adebayo. You understand? Everybody get them kind of people then in their own camp. I just didn't say no more. Then APC lost some opportunity. They not capitalize on the weak economy where SLPP they prevail over. So much thing then go wrong at the whole election.
And secondly, just for follow up what JT they say, you feel say APC waste too much time, even to the convention. It was like how many months to the elections? All this thing, where was all this leadership when the people just say, why they go? We don't on social media. We're TJ them. When you go on social media, all the day only and it's all money talk about. Like what the entire when it's what APC was and this is not running and it's not going to be in the ballots. Why make we only talk about Samura at the beginning, just after the previous election? They wait a couple of months now before they finally hand this baton to her. You feel say that was a big miss. Would they allow this big gap when you not attack SAP from the get go, come up after them with vigor until allow them to just few months of the elections. They always fight with Alfred Peter Conte and all this stuff now. Say by the time they come, there wasn't any message we put them for grab because election is about slogan. They not build no slogan for grab SAPP. SAP then do a very good job at the beginning for the entire APC to Mami course. Take to the last day, this is what they tie APC to. We'll also say also APC ties SAPP too. So what's your take about Antikadi?
Well, as we all know, Alfred Peter Conte be busy with court cases. Alfred Peter Conte and APC. So say court cases every day against the executive, against that and the constitution, and it was there because the cost too, they said they get empowered for do this, because they go tell we will not for do this until after a certain time and all that, and they were adhering to those powers, so a lot of things happen, and when they come here, they do this, then go back to court. And the issue was around the executive, this lifetime presidency of President Corona, so a lot of people, not be take kindly to that, because for him to be a life president, a life chairman for an organization, political party, was not seen as proper by some people there, and then the executive again, people were saying that the executive was not properly constituted at the time. You get me? So they try to correct all that, and this is it where I'm coming back to Sam Sumana. When people they say that no one gives Sam Sumana power, people need to understand this. You get me? I come back to Ernest Kuma and others. They need to understand this. When Sam Sumana left, the expert Sam Sumana, okay, we all raise our voices to support Sam Sumana. I was strongly supporting Sam Sumana because nobody believes say they may move fairly. You get me? The decision we then take in the Supreme Court. But when you look at it, because there are two decisions there. One decision at party level, where that was satisfied, where people don't understand that. Those decisions were satisfied. Now the one that Supreme Court may not be satisfied, where he lost someone day, you get me? So they go, and I know say they kick him out because he get for belong to a political party for being a president or something like that, you get me? But the reason is because they expel him. So when they do the constitution, the new constitution, some people they say well, they don't give Sam Sumana a letter saying, well, okay, we don't give come back. But what people are ignoring, what I've been saying, then they ignore that particular letter. It make it clearly say subject to ratification of conference, because the NAC where they expel you, not to NAC they bring you come back. NAC can say, okay, yes, will they bring you, then gladly for let come back, then go make the decision. But the final decision left with the members then at conference. NAC will not agree, say will they take you. One go conference. If conference decides say yes, will they uphold the decision we NAC don't take, then they go take Sam Sumana. If conference say no, we not agree, then they cannot take Sam Sumana. Now these people they not be they understand. Then now Fisher make in judgments now, and with new constitution they where he put two clauses there where they for satisfy membership. He say, Lord, deal with membership in line with two clauses, clause 13E and clause 13F. You understand? And 13E and 13F make it clear You see? Now conference. Now they forgo vote for Samsumana. Now conference. Because if they not be expel them, a lot they will entitled for be a member, just like any other person. Because somebody na Paul something, one Paul something, even come out, it come back. Other people then come back. They not get problem because the membership say you get right, you go not discriminate against anybody. But because now expel a certain clause daily where if they expel you, conference therefore go vote for you for bring you come back. Whereas if I just decide say I dey comot or you decide say they come out, you can come anytime back. You pay your membership fee, they go take you. Those are the two things that people not get and clear. You get me? You see. Then now coming out to this an Escoma thing, you see, when I get all this, you see, people and now plenty people that now want an Escoma. Then you get some people that will not believe say if they did for full time. So all that they did, and then waiting in name Alfred Conte. Alfred Peter Conte. The difficulties where Alfred Peter Conte gets. Yes. Alfred Peter Conte was used in several ways. If they try for usurping powers just to bring Samsumana in. You see, so people they say that people they say they're not going to agree. Because if we did a conference, that's what the constitution say. You see what I mean?
Okay. So
this was
why
why
you conclude on it?
get
Yeah, why you conclude on this one? I want to make you end up for Rob Mott, but so why you conclude on this one with this topic? I want to Rob Mott on what if you end up with the mayoral election as well, because now not yet as the final.
I'm not hearing you.
You don't hear me?
Speak up a bit.
You hear me now?
Speak up a bit.
Yeah, speak up. You hear me now?
You say wait you?
Jesse, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. No, it asks you say what do you think about the mayoral election result?
So why they end up with this one now? I will like make you go up much from small pan the gentle and also Akiso and Youngest because you're not called Lani as well. Was I if you say
no, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. It's a see. Now me they put all the APC questions then too. Why is that?
No, obvious.
Why is that?
No, I just want to know about to JT at the end of the show.
Are you taking advantage of the fact that I'm not gonna lie? Is this so?
No.
Anyway.
My table, say we on job now. We always keep people and motivate. Say anticipate things that happen. So the type of thing now they look at because this election we're not talking about. We don't say this thing ever happen.
Yes.
So it's
we're not gonna say Mayor Akisoya because now how the votes then go, how they handle all the votes then. You get me? Now in the problem it's not Yvonne Akisoya or Mayor or Gentle. It's how the votes they handle them. That is the problem.
So that's what I'm asking. So you feel there's a possibility to say they will give Gentle as much as they can you give us MBO? You feel there's a possibility that will happen soon as well? Now that's what I'm trying to anticipate and go towards.
Sorry, if I feel everything. You feel
they will give Gentle the can give us MBO, you can pass some baggage Gentle as well.
You think say Gentle go win?
Well, in all honesty, I don't know. You see, because now people that they vote. You see, because people that they vote. Would have been so many people they expect say Samura go win, Bio can win. Now Bio then go announce. You get me? Is it so?
Yeah.
With the look, you see, with the look, nobody knows. You see, it's just an iffy situation. But everybody normally, you see, people them go prefer. You understand? Some go prefer Gentle, some go prefer Akisoya. You get me? So it's a question of how they deal with the vote, whether the vote is fair or not. You understand? And Freetown now a popular spot for APC. Although SLPP they say, they say don't get some inroads there. You understand? They don't get some inroads, you see. But this is still popular in Freetown.
I mean, you can be waiting people say no more, right?
I'm not able to say until, but we know say that they complain about elections, the way how the elections were handled. People are not happy about it and everything, you see. So I cannot go against those people when they actually experience and all that, you see. So that's the whole thing, you see. So, so
Well,
I don't think I ever say it.
right. You
If
see,
again you are to,
in terms of
if again
even
you are to,
versus gentle, yeah, in terms of
which you
even
want
versus
to
gentle, maybe don't already say even go beat gentle, and even go get about 60 something percent. Then they don't see him. Marabio, I don't say you get 57%, but it was not on the first ballot. You understand? And I be think say gentle go make Marabio get more vote in the western area. You understand? Because SLPP they always try to get 35% in the western area. But I be think say no more with gentle in popularity, if I be don't push Marabio up to 40%. I be already say Marabio go win the presidency, but even go win the mayorship. And I be think say no more even for be get up to 60 something percent. And up till now, I dey still think say even go winner. If Gentle win, it will be a shock to me. Because even by these ECSL and numbers and we then saying to we today when are the presidential numbers there, you can able infer from say even for able win the mayoral election. Now then the APC and SLPP they play this mind game, or SLPP they play this mind game, dancing with Gentle yesterday. Today back then they dance with her. We'll never really pay attention to that. But I think so at the end of the day, even will win the mayoral election. I be no say Marabio go win, though I not be the expectant for win on the first ballot. And if it be good for we country, for let if it be suffer, and he win until the second round. Because now they're going to say no more, then do good, and I made them make them win on the first ballot. So I be not say go win, but I not be the expectant in the first ballot.
Okay, well, I would just want to thank you now and Antikari. Your last word, Antikari, your last word.
In terms of even, even not always win anyway, according to the tally, you understand it? The US even already don't win. You see, as far as inside the APC is happens because it numbers them. You get me? Unless again and go do something new. But she's already won. You don't get it don't go inside her. You get me? Now for let them pronounce it no more now. You see, if them pronounce it correctly, you get me? You see, so this not in the thing. You see. So basically it's like I can't say much about Gentle because I don't know much about him, you see. So I can always try. When I don't know much about people, I try not for beginning things, you see.
No, well, the question I asked the question because we see how them pronounce the president here so fast. We will put on for the 40, then book president you don't win. So and we know say if I say something, we use the same kind of tactics for say, hey, Gentle, but he said on there, because we find out say the SLPP they try for get Gentle into Freetown, then if we say Gentle will help for push president popularity if they make Freetown and now that made them bring Gentle in as somebody where they make the votes and so then physically would do better work and also work hand in hand with the president and Akisua when APC and SLPP them they fight them but hate. So then if say Gentle for them be easier, fit for them for fix Freetown. So maybe if you say maybe the same tactics they use, go ahead.
Not in all cases. See what happened to Port Loco. You see? So we don't judge by the NTND. See what happened because Port Loco you be expecting something about 98% will vote for SLPP. Yeah. My understanding is SLPP, they're so disgruntled, they're so disappointed with Port Loco. You understand and everything. You see, so we know they look things that way. No, we know you don't look things that way. You get me? You see? But then they gave us maybe so that local again, you get sharp people that immediately now we don't be inside this policies game for long like that Kemosi see them.
Well, yes, more like Kemosi, say Kemosi is in a money where they get the put local at hand back and front. So
despite all, you see, so then proves say whether they meeting to say popular and local or not popular, you understand it. So it's coming that way again. It gets me. But I'm not well, me. I'm not calling him. I say whether they meeting to say me no make the African. No anyway. Yes, I say whether they so many other people they be. You want make a begin talking like.
No, nobody can in the show. Nobody can in the show.
Just be saying no more. I don't know who that, but then they say no more people than popular. That's all. You get me? So it comes to the same thing. It comes to the same thing. Yvonne, with no doubt, Yvonne is going to be the next mayor. If if they do them the right way, you get me? It'll go, it'll be because in fact it get a very larger proportion. You understand, based on everything. So if they can't say even no to mayor now, that's not other wahala back. You get me? Yeah. Now other wahala
Well,
you see
will you pay
now
attention? Will
Samura
you pay
don't
attention?
promote.
So what's
Samura
your
don't
last word
promote
for family
him.
tonight? What's your last word for family tonight? As in, tell family your
We
last
only
word for
have
tonight.
the last word. I just want big everybody say do ya. When let we try, for let we work as a family. But waiting and finding hard for agree with Naya and some of the color when they talk say where they get for support, mother BO, they get for do ASAPP. It doesn't work that way. Well, I know that. Politics don't work that way. Olma, you know they see self we now with opposition in the UK. The opposition and they see so the ruling government they do well so, but go na parliament they're not even one bombshell. In fact, they know why you say the ruling government they do well. Because the ruling government is doing well, that means it water the young power down. So they will always find something for make it look like they do well. So it's not just Africa. It happens self na United States Senate or on houses then. It happen. So for let you say them for go support somebody, it's not going to work that way. You see, because supporting somebody more or less is like a one party, it's like a one party state. You see everything I say now go support within bills, say now one party state. You see, then we don't need forget any multi parties. So it's not going to work. You get me? All you can say is, you see, matter in can get young people they let them support them. You see, the opposition and said get them young. That's right. And then the opposition and get for try for show some discipline and more integrity. You get me? Yes. Let money no food and you let position of food. Like waiting the involve the politicians and not a position because we people then get money, then go then call them and corner then give them. You see? Nobody know the suicide they give them the money, but when they kind of different talk now than they talk. But then you know say envelope don't pass. You get me? When na so make you brown envelope and no one they see the brown envelope open, that's why the brown envelope don't pass. Anyway,
All right.
anyway, 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 my family really out there. I tell you, plenty, thank you. We wanna can contribute. So I know say una plenty day. We wanna they listen. We wanna not phone number. So not get patient because we don't kill the phone they go long say something cut off. You see, so far we see. I don't say, now I don't say. You get me? Do you allow just pray God, let nothing not happen. Although I get some fear. I don't know why I dey always get the fear. Say something might happen. You understand? I don't know why I dey feel that way. I'm not hearing nothing. I just afraid no more. You get me? Because the way people that so the way this result go and everything. You get me? You see? I'm afraid for my family the way they back home and other good people the way they back home. Let something come knock up. Then you know when they can happen. Not only people themselves were concerned. So then now other people themselves when they know they make up and they can just time almost say we know they take this all and most of the time so then people and themselves know they enjoy. They know they enjoy you. You see? Now so no more can happen. Most of the one the way they fight, everyone they don't never enjoy the politicians say. You get me? Do ya before now go first when I ask on yourself say with all the things the way they happen, when I show me one politician who don't see in Peking day, or we in West day, or we in Mama day or in Papa day or in close brother and sister and auntie or uncle, then you show me one in all day. So life matters. Do ya look like that woman where then go kill na APC office mates on? I don't forget her name. Say where then go kill. You see from outside bullets and firearm. You see this now all the lawlessness where they did, and this now I mean man them they say shoot from outside into inside APC office to people that die. You get me? You know what things do ya when allow we left this fet and demonstration and all things. Now that's somebody they go. I can't say much. But then I say, when I thank you, and we get for call it today because me says I get for go sleep. You see,
Yeah, because I answered
Matilda
they
not there
don't
today.
see.
Oh, Matilda, if Matilda be there for me, unpack all things for her. You see, but Matilda not there. Give a time more we try. You know, say Matilda na the guru, na the expert.
Well, they come on Thursday and Saturday. So thank you very much, everybody. JT,
I
what's now
tell you
your
no
last
more
one from
try.
family? Take on the last one there.
Salon now one great salon we get. We hope say people then go continue for exercise the patient. And the burden also there on the government for make sure say that in their power. You know we will rule people then way disgruntled. So you get for calm down and be magnanimous to the one themselves with the don't loss. You know, try for including you government, use the police and the security forces then wisely. Continue for use force by people then. If force be the solve situation, Russia for able bully Ukraine, thing. Because just considering the kind military might to then get it today and affect Ukraine. So force not the bully people then. Look Israel and Palestine, If force be the really help Israel for run down Palestine all on thing. So let the government know say yes, they get the forces then at their hand, but they're not able to bulldoze all APC supporter or make them Juba. So then therefore just continue for treat them as opposition and respect them and try for include them in the next government and try for improve the economy, because when the economy be improved, people will live better. It go divert their attention a little bit away from politics. Now one great salary we get and let them hold on well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to say thank you to my guests because for coming and do what they do so now really easy. Most of our left on our busy schedules them and also can spend long time and sit down. And also we guest them and we follow them all around the world. I want to tell now thank you for one stay up late and they follow we and listen to what they say and we will engage for a better Sierra Leone. And on us on the back home we pray that this situation we don't know how to go, but we only hope for the best. No matter what the situation, we don't happen today. We know some people are happy and some people are disgruntled. But at the end of the day, we still the hope for one thing. No matter which part of the spectrum you find yourself, we all want a better Sierra Leone. So we will continue to pray for better Sierra Leone. And we hope say the 5 year way they come for better past the one we don't pass. Thank you all. God bless and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Good night.
Yeah.